Let's read the last statement here. Which of the following conditions does this serological pattern best fit with? So there must be some serological diagnostic pattern which has been given in the question, and we'll have to identify the correct interpretation of that. So the question here is, a 34-year-old man has never been vaccinated for hepatitis B. So there was no vaccination done for hepatitis B. That is one thing. The second information which we get from here is serological tests reveal negative hepatitis B surface antigen. So HBS antigen is going to be your negative thing. And but there is positive antibody to surface antigen, but the anti HBS is going to be about positive. Okay. Now, which of the following condition does this serological pattern best fit with? Now I should tell you, first of all, I'll be discussing about the antigen here. So the various important antigen are for hepatitis B virus are HBsAg, that is your surface antigen. Then you have HBcAg, that is your core antigen. And then you have HBeAg, that will tell you infectivity or the replication status of the virus. Same way, I'll discuss about the antibodies. So the antibodies will be anti-HBs. So I can write it anti-HBs or anti-HBsAg. So that is this one and same thing. Then we have the anti-HBc, and then we have anti-HBe. Okay. Now, when anti-HBe is more, that signifies that there is less infectivity now. Means the antibodies against HBeAg has started forming. That means it is lowering the infectivity here. When you see the anti-HBc, now these are of two types. One is IgM, that tells you about the acute infection, and another is your IgG, that tells you about the chronic infection. Now this IgM, that is the acute one, comes in the gap period. Now what is gap period? If I just tell you what is gap period, that will solve the question here itself. So if I just try to make a rough diagram, okay, so the first antigen to appear in the serum is going to be your HBsAg. Then you have the other one, that is known as HBeAg. Now what happens? The HBsAg, when it appears, it disappears, and then after a gap period, after some time, after a gap period, the antibody against HBsAg starts forming. So after a gap period, antibody against HBsAg starts forming. The antigen, that is HBcAg, is never found in the blood, but its antibodies against it starts forming in the body, and these are seen here, and these are known as the anti-HBc. Now these are of two types. One is going to be your this is going to be constant like this, okay. So one is going to be your IgG, and other that appears in the gap period and start disappearing is known as your IgM. Okay, so this is the thing. Now this anti-HBsAg, okay, is a protective antibody, and it forms after the HBsAg has reduced and there is a gap period. That means this simply tells you if the vaccine was not given to the patient, so there are possibility that before some weeks or some months there would have been an infection, okay, that has caused the HBsAg, that has brought the HBsAg in the serum, and after some time this would have been disappeared, and it took some gap period, and then antibodies against HBsAg would have appeared. That means this particular antibody in the blood without the prior vaccination, without the prior infection, okay, that tells you that there would have been some infection, the presence of HBsAg earlier, and that would be telling you the prior infection with HBsAg. This is going to be your protective antibody here. I hope it is clear. I'll just show you through the graph also. This blue line is going to be your HBsAg. Here is going to be your gap period. Then here you are going to have your anti-HBs antibody. That means there would have been some infection earlier. Okay, and this HBsAg is not present right now in the serum, but yes, antibody to that is present. Since vaccination was not given, that means there would have been a prior infection or the previous infection by the hepatitis B. So if I go back to the question and try to find it out, so the answer will be previous hepatitis B infection as the correct answer. Okay, chronic active hepatitis is explained by IgG against HB anti-HBC, right? Acute hepatitis B infection is, yes, explained by IgM in the gap period, and poor prognosis, it is like nothing to related with the serum, right? So the answer is going to be previous hepatitis B infectivity.